the ECOMOBL ET, a very special board with some quite unique features. Let's get into it right after this intro. Hi, I'm Gabby from Ray Studios, and on this video I'm gonna be reviewing the ECOMOBL ET, an all-terrain skateboard for just $1,000 US. Now, before I jump right into it, I wanna show you what was in the box. Besides the usual charger, remote control, and T2, there were also a few other things. They also included front and rear bumper to protect your deck, and they also have this really nice little box. Let's go ahead and open it. And there is instruction manuals. There is also a cable to charge your remote. An Allen key, very thoughtful. And if all that is not enough, we also included a t-shirt. Let's take a look at that. Ooh, nice. And it fits perfectly. It's great. Okay, now that out of the way, let's talk about design. This is a double drop-down deck. So you have a pretty low center of gravity, which is very comfortable for when you're riding at high speed. The tracks on these things are huge, humongous. The biggest track I ever seen on any electric skateboard. And to my surprise, no dual kimping tracks. They're just like these huge tracks with single kimping, I guess, single reverse kimping tracks. Now, another great thing is the battery is massive and it gives you an amazing range. But as you can see, it's quite big, and this is a stiff deck. There is no flexibility whatsoever. The board weighs 12.5 kilograms, which is somewhere around average for this kind of 80 boards. But something really cool about this board is that you don't need to bend down to fetch it. You can just step on the tail and the board comes up just like with most regular longboards. And that's really neat. The wheels are honeycomb airless, 150mm by 50mm, so they're quite thick in diameter, and that makes it absolutely great for riding in wet surfaces. So for people who live in Seattle where it rains all the time, this might be your board. And on top of all that, it is IP rate 56. Now with these huge tracks, you maybe wonder, how does it perform in both all-terrain and on the city? And to be honest, it performs pretty good. It's pretty good for carving, and one thing that you need to keep in mind with this board, this can go 55 kilometers per hour. Now, I haven't tested, I went somewhere around 40 kilometers per hour and I chickened out, especially in the place where I live right now. There's so many cars, so many people coming all over the place, which it will be suicidal to try this board at top speed where I live at the moment. So yeah, it's very, very fast, and these long tracks help it make it more stable. When you go AT, I gotta say it feels quite comfortable, but I found it a little bit like underpowered in some situations when climbing, going off-road in the off-road trails.
What happened?
Yeah, I wish to have a little bit more power, but this is the ET. For more power, you should buy the ET2, which is focused on power. This is focused on range. Talking about range, this thing goes on forever. I got somewhere around 35 or 40 kilometers or something like incredible like that. And that's the thing about this board. It's very fast and it goes on forever and ever and ever. So if you like to go into these long rides, this is your board. Another thing about riding this board off-road is that because it have a low center of gravity and a huge battery, there isn't much clearance. So it happened that already I scratched and have some small bumps into the battery. That being said, it took it pretty well. I mean, I went into these hardcore off-road trails and there isn't any significant damage on the battery or the board. Another thing to remark about this particular ESC and maybe the planetary gears, I don't know what is it that makes the noise, but yeah, it's very noisy. If you are into noisy electric skateboards, this is the one. So it's kind of like riding a sport car. If you buy a Ferrari, you want it to be like vroom, vroom, you want it to be noisy, and that's exactly what happened with this electric skateboard. it's gonna produce a lot of noise. And here you have it compared with another AT board that I have, which is hub motors, so you can tell the difference by yourself. One great thing that I really love about this electric skateboard, and I hope all companies start doing the same, they should be copying this one, is that you have lights everywhere. You have two front lights that are actually quite bright and they're good enough for me to ride at night. They have two LED stripes so people can see you from the side, and they have braking lights. Now, there isn't any more lights that you can possibly add to the skateboard, and I love that they already come included with the board. Now, that's a feature that you really, please, if anybody is watching from a different company, pay attention to that. Put lights in the skateboard, like by default. You need this light when you ride at night, so why not just include them? And the great thing about it is that you don't need to bend down and touch any button to start the light. You just start them from the remote control, and I love that. So, generally speaking, I will say that the riding experience is pretty good. Like I said before, Link ESC, not as good as Hobbywing, at least for me. That's my preference when it comes to ESC, but it got a long way. It is so much better than what it used to be. I'm talking just about the Link ESC. It's almost as close as a Hobbywing, and the huge tracks gives a lot of stability. The wheels are super grippy, so if you are gonna be in a place where it's always rainy, this is your board. If you tend to ride at night, this is your board. If you like to go on long range distance riding experiences, and this is your board. If you like to ride very fast, 55 kilometers per hour, not many boards can go that fast, so this is the board to get. So that's what I say, quite a few unique features, something that other boards maybe don't have, like all the lights, super grippy and water resistant. So this is a board that is special in its own way, highly recommended. I will put a link in the description down below in case you want to buy it. This is Gabi from Race Studios. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you up on the next video.